Alright, OKA Method tutorial. It's gonna be very simple. It only takes about 7. It only has like about maybe 7 elks to learn for this method, so it's quite worth it, and it's extremely fast because it's used by the world record holder. So in case you want to know what the OKA method is, now I'm gonna show you. So it's gonna be a quick example first, right? So first I solve 2/3 of a tip, which means solve 2 adjacent edges like that. Then leaving this slot open, you're going to be orientating the rest of the tips. Then okay, this is a lucky case because this was solved, but what you had to do actually was next solve this edge piece, the one that belonged to the tip that you previous 2/3 of the tip, so you have to solve the rest of the tip. And finally you want to solve the rest of the tip using 1 L. So that's simple. So yeah. Now I'll go more extensively into each step right now. Okay, so the first step is basically solving 2/3 of a tip, and this is not something very difficult. It's all intuitive, so there isn't really a big amount of tips I can give you, except that when I solve it at the start, I look for the tip with the most already solved edges. So here I see this, so I'll just go work with this. First I'll orientate the tip, and then I find the yellow. Either I can work with 2 edges, so I look for the easiest one to solve. So right here I see the yellow blue can be inserted right here, but it will take 1-2 moves, right? So that's quite good, but now I have to look at the other slot, which is the blue green. It also takes 1-2 moves, right? So it's equally like so-called messed up. So I don't really care how it goes in, but I just slot the first one I see. So I take this, right? Also a side note, for the OKA method, once you solve 2/3 of the tip, you're gonna store it in the bottom left hand corner, right? Bottom left, so that when you'll be using the U's to orientate all the corners and centers, these corners and the centers, right? Okay, I'll show you another example. Step. Again, I'll look for a tip with the most solved. Nothing is solved here. Nothing is solved here. Okay, so basically nothing solved, so I have to construct everything myself. So I see this right here, yellow green. I have to connect it. Got 2 slots here which I can slot in. This can take 2 moves, and the blue yellow takes 3 moves. So I just do. Wait, I see this green blue can actually be sorted here in 2 moves. So now I got 2/3 of tip. I'll store in the bottom left hand corner. Right. So now on to step 2. Alright, on to the next step, step 2. Again, after I solve 2/3 of tip, store in the bottom left. And right now I'm going to be using this empty slot right here, this one, to be solving the rest of the tips, orientation, whatever. Then alright, so first I look at this slot. I'll always look at this one. So basically what you're really doing is actually orientating the tips all with a U or U primes or whatever, and then the corners also has to be in the correct slot, right? The corners have to be correctly orientated. So first I look here. This solved like that. And where does this slot belong? Right? Actually it belongs here, it's in its correct slot. As you can see from the character scheme. Red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, whatever. Yeah, it's in its correct slot. Alright. So after this I'll look here and then I'll do this. So now it's correctly orientated. Now I'll do an R like that. Sorry, an R like that. Then I'll look at this next tip. Where does it belong? It belongs here. Belongs right down here. it's red, yellow, green, red, yellow, red, green, blue, red, green, blue, whatever. So I'll first orientate this tip, and if it belongs right here, I have to shift it with a U prime so that these two matches up right here. Is red, two reds, and so I can, when I bring it down, it's solved. But first, before I do that, I want to solve the last slot like that with another R. So I'll orientate the tip first, and then I see this green, so I'll match it up with the green, then I'll do another R, then it's all done. I'll show you now another example. It's usually this, like step 1, is pretty intuitive. There's no algorithms involved. So with practice and experience, it should come easier to you. Right, so now I'll first solve the tip. Wait, hold on. Okay, again. Now I see that this is an easy case, because I see that the two green has already matched up, so it means that both of it is in the correct spot. So I just orientate the tip like that, and then last but not least, this. So I do an R prime. I'll shift this like that, match it up like that, shift it back up. So that was an easy case. So basically that's what you're gonna be working with, and if anyone else has problems with this, you can always contact me with this step, because I don't really know how to explain this step properly, because I'm new to this tutorial thing. So yeah, right. So next step, we should now go on to step 3, which is solving the last edge